She couldn't understand why she had gone through 6 babysitters in 6 months. None of them lasted. What was the situation? She realized she'd have to be cunning and devious if she wanted to solve the mystery. After all, she would do anything for her children. It would be great if you would like and share this video. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell icon next to it to get notified when we add new, interesting videos in the future. Now, let's get back to the story. Bridget Elks was a single mother who struggled to balance her professional job with motherhood. She was long ago divorced and worked full-time to ensure her children's future, but she realized she needed assistance immediately. She met someone she believed would be ideal. She would be able to care for Marie, who was 6 years old, and Kirk, who was 1 year old. Lisa was employed to take care of the kids. Bridget felt like she could finally rest for the first time in a long time. However, complications emerged. Bridget soon accepted Lisa as a member of her family, since she provided excellent care for her children. But things were about to alter significantly. Lisa was a big help, and Bridget could finally concentrate on her job. Lisa would transport her children to preschool and playdates. It seemed like a gift. But after only 3 weeks, Lisa would send a text message to Bridget informing her to have her final payment ready since she was resigning. What may have swayed Lisa's decision? Lisa left Bridget's house with her check without even saying goodbye. Bridget was taken aback. Lisa would later inform Bridget that she had resigned because of her daughter, Marie. She didn't believe her daughter was the source of the problem, though. She felt bound to stand up for her bundle of joy. Lisa, how could you be so unprofessional as to abandon a child? She was well aware that raising children was not simple, but she was getting compensated for it. Bridget was at a loss as 6 nannies arrived through the door. She couldn't see how having 2 children could be so difficult. Surely it wasn't her children that were the issue. Why were the nannies changing every month? Meg was the 7th nanny, but this time would be different. She installed a few cameras around the house to get to the bottom of everything. Marie couldn't be the problem. Could she? It must have been the nannies. She didn't want to believe that her daughter could have been the real reason behind the nannies quitting. Everything happened like clockwork. Just like the previous times she'd hired a new nanny, things seemed to go well in the beginning. But sure enough, Bridget received the 7th nanny's resignation just 2 weeks later. But this time, Bridget would be able to see exactly what had happened for herself. But when she watched the footage, she was horrified. Bridget's eyes grew wider the more she watched. She couldn't believe what she was seeing. Marie never acted this way around her, so she had no reason to believe all the babysitter's vague allegations. In the first week, Marie was a little angel, but toward the end, Bridget didn't even recognize her own daughter. Bridget observed Meg respectfully request that Marie pass over the baby's diaper bag because her hands were full. "You can't tell me what to do," the little girl screeched. "I'm the boss of you." Marie would refuse to do whatever Meg requested her to, such as wash her hands before lunch or get ready for school. Bridget was enraged. Meg's final straw had been the day she quit. Marie, who was rushing around and making a lot of noise, had been asked to kindly settle down because her baby brother had just fallen asleep. "I'm the boss of you, I'll get you fired," Marie shouted in the face of the babysitter. Bridget stood there watching Meg try to de-escalate the situation before reaching for her phone. Bridget sat Marie down and told her that she needed to respect her babysitter. She showed her the proof of her outburst and attempted to talk to her gently. She asked the 6-year-old if she believed her actions were appropriate. Marie, on the other hand, was completely taken aback by her remark. "We pay her. I'm her boss," Marie snapped back. Where was this behavior coming from? Bridget was scrambling to locate a substitute nanny, but there was no one to take Marie to her swimming lesson. Bridget pointed out that she was at fault when the small girl protested. "She is the reason that her sitter quit, and until I can find someone new, she won't get to do the fun activities that her sitter took her to." The furious mom vented on parenting group on Facebook. But was that punishment enough? "I was furious with my daughter and let her have it. She had several things taken away from her, and she didn't do anything remotely fun until recently." Bridget continued. "I also stopped arranging playdates for her and the friend who treated her nanny terribly. They don't go to the same school, so they don't see each other at all anymore. But what did other parents think? Her actions impacted someone enough to make them quit a job they were being paid to do. She has soiled her reputation as word spreads fast within the babysitter community if a child treats their caregiver like that, one mom wrote on the original post. I imagine this wasn't 3 isolated events, but more like it was happening way more frequently, but those 3 times were when the babysitter was at her last straw. Then other babysitters leveled their opinion of the whole situation. I babysit some kids in the rich part of town, and they have friends like ops kids' friends. In the beginning, the kids tried to treat me like that. I had a chat with the parents and said they can deal with it on their end, but if they wanted me to keep watching the kids, I'd be dealing with it on my end too. One user replied. I was lucky that parents supported my punishments. It defiantly helps when the problem is tackled on both sides as a united force. But kids will be kids, and what works for one definitely doesn't work for all. Then a professional chimed in. It sounds like me, she was unhappy with the situation, the fact she had a sitter in the first place. Vicky Broadbent, founder of the parents blog Honest Mom, wrote, maybe she wasn't feeling like her needs were being met, e.g., she might have felt she wasn't being listened to, had lost all autonomy over even the smallest of decisions, clashed with her personality-wise, or most likely was feeling a little abandoned by her parents in this scenario. So could Bridget have handled the whole situation differently? Vicky pointed out that while most single mothers require childcare assistance and are not abandoning their children when they do so, it is normal for Marie to feel let down by her mother. Vicky said that Marie may have especially been angry about the circumstance since her mother had not fully communicated the reasons for requiring a sitter for her. Vicky believes that it is critical for parents to constantly explain the why behind actions and events, especially when they have an emotional impact on their children. Instead of just expecting Marie to accept a babysitter, Bridget needed to explain why she needed to get one. Bridget should have told Marie that she needed a babysitter since she needed to work so she could pay for Mary's dolls, swimming lessons, food, and other expenses. And what is the logic for this? Reminding them how emotionally safe and loved they are is key too. I personally hated having a nanny and later babysitters as a young child, Vicky explained. I wanted to be with my parents at all times, which is completely normal and natural. And although it was explained to me that they needed to work, therefore I needed sitters, it didn't make life that much easier for me. According to Vicky, Marie may have felt wounded or as if her feelings weren't being considered, which led to her acting out. Marie was attempting to communicate to her mother that she did not want a sitter, and her outburst was a cry for assistance. Does this simply imply that Vicky believed Marie had acted correctly and that Bridget was mistaken? Yes, teaching children that they can't be rude is crucial, but so is listening, Vicky said. And I mean really listening to them, to the unspoken as well as the spoken cues, and empathizing with that behavior while explaining better ways to express themselves so as not to hurt others. But Vicky noted something else about Marie's actions that suggested the situation wasn't as simple as it appeared. Bridget was correct in informing Marie that she had been cruel, but she should also have attempted to understand why Marie was behaving out in the first place. If they can't describe to you why, it's hard even for adults to self-reflect and psychoanalyze themselves. Then it's your job as a parent to put in the detective work and ensure they feel more supported, Vicky said. So who else was in the wrong here? Furthermore, in this scenario, an adult must have at some point told the girl that she was the boss of her sitter, either in jest or in all seriousness, as age 6 is quite young to understand the complexities of money and the power that might give someone, Vicky concluded. It had been a great eye-opener for Bridget. Also, after researching how to get your child ready for a nanny or a babysitter, she found she had skipped several key measures. The first one made her feel really stupid. In general, it's critical to establish a strong relationship and open channels of communication, and not only the night before the new arrival. Allow at least a week for a youngster to assimilate to the new knowledge. And, as previously said, explain why. As a result, as many unknowns as possible are eliminated. Here are some additional super helpful hints for any family and child of any age. Invite the new nanny or babysitter over for supper a few days before her actual shift begins. This serves as a stepping stone, allowing the youngster to become accustomed to the notion of having a new person in their lives. It helps to alleviate most of the stress. However, the gathering does not finish after the dishes are cleaned. Bring out one of the kids' favorite games or activities after supper. This not only helps the nanny and kid to bond, but it also allows the parents to observe how the two interact and communicate with one another. The following phase is a dual day. There is no such thing as over-communicating when it comes to effective transitions. Invite the nanny or babysitter over and go through the events, routines, and requirements of the day or evening. Carry on with your day as usual, but have the new helper assist you with everything from snack preparation to putting them into bed. Next, believe it or not, includes a unique toy trick. Inconsistency irritates children. It does not instill a sense of safety. If the youngster is aware of what is to come, he or she will be able to manage it with ease. Parents may boost their children's confidence by performing one easy step. Simply include the child's favorite toys in the mix while performing daily duties. When you go on a stroll, give them a regular toy. Bring out their favorite book before night. This reassures them that things aren't all that different. They haven't suffered any setbacks. The following one, on the other hand, could be a little more difficult. Having the youngsters feel in some manner in command may assist by leaps and bounds. This may be accomplished by bringing them along on the initial visit of the nanny or babysitter. Allow them to exhibit their new companion around the home or bring out their favorite treats. But there is one item you must exercise extreme caution with. While it's necessary for people to feel protected, if not powerful, they can't go around behaving like a maniacal boss, like Marie did. They must understand that the new person is in control without feeling dominated. The house regulations, such as schoolwork and housework, are not changed. The final advice may be the most difficult to follow. While it may be difficult to fathom someone else accompanying your child to the timeout corner while they are screaming like the world is ending. However, the nanny or babysitter must be able to reprimand inappropriate conduct while remaining in control. This is when the parents' communication becomes crucial. Parents must explicitly define what the nanny or babysitter is permitted to do and how they should go about it. Perhaps even taking notes or sending messages when it occurs so that the parents can discuss it when they get home. So there you have it. Simple advice and strategies to aid any family, so they don't end up in a scenario like Bridget. That's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like and subscribe. Share the video with friends and family. And please leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next video.